spring in Scotland and the surf's up. The northeast coast of Scotland may seem an unlikely place to hold an international surfing competition, but conditions here are amongst the best in the world, rivaling anything Hawaii or even Australia has to offer.
It's world-class waves here in Thurso East. Not many people would know of Scotland as being a surf destination. I just love it. Although you're rugged up and the water's really cold, there's some novelty about coming to a place like Scotland that makes it, way more memorable.
Those world-class conditions in evidence with one surfer scoring a 10-point wave, the maximum that can be achieved in competition.
Yeah, stoked, really happy with that. It's kind of rare to get something like that in a contest this big, so yeah, something to remember.
Thurso is the second stop in the O'Neill Cold Water Classic Surfing Series, as well as a round in the World Qualifying Series. Now in its fifth year, the competition takes in South Africa and Canada before finishing at Santa Cruz in California.
And actually, it started about 56 years ago. That's when Jack O'Neill, the founder of O'Neill, invented the wetsuit, just because he wanted to surf longer in Santa Cruz, where the water is cold.
But to compete here takes real courage. The waves may be classic, but they are seriously cold, barely above freezing.
It's one of the coldest surfing venues there is. I mean, it's 40-degree water out there, so I came from 80-degree water last week. I came a little bit early just to prepare myself and get ready and kind of get my body used to wearing the wetsuits and all the rubber. The water's a little bit more condensed because of how cold it is, so you tend to need a little bit thicker boards out there, so you float a little bit better because of all the weight of the wetsuit.
It's that careful preparation and attention to detail that has propelled 24-year-old Kevin Sullivan from Lahaina, Hawaii, to 150 in the world rankings in just 4 years.
You got to stop doing what you want to do and start doing what you need to do, is kind of how I think.
But professional surfing is a sport that doesn't come cheap, as Kevin's father and chief sponsor explains.
He does have sponsors that finance him, but I also contribute to that. And it would probably be in the neighborhood of $60,000 a year, where it would take him to maybe 12 to 15 events throughout the year. And it can be more. If he's not doing as well on the tour, he'll want to be in more events.
Finding the finance to pursue the sport takes more than just being good in the surf.
In the past, you used to get sponsored if you had the ability. Nowadays, we look at everything from personality, whether they can hold themselves in front of the media, how hard they work with photographers and video guys, and the relationship they have with the magazine. So, yeah, there's a lot more to it than just going out there and surfing really good. You've got to be a sort of a package these days.
So struggling young surfers have to paddle hard to attract sponsors, but it's no easy ride for the sponsors themselves.
There's definitely a lot of competition between the companies to get the good guys. I mean, there's a lot of surfers, there's a lot of athletes, but there's always only a few outstanding ones.
Kevin Sullivan fought through to the 16th round, but didn't make it into the quarterfinals. He still has high hopes of breaking into the world's top 100 surfers eventually.
It's something that I never want to stop. I live in Hawaii, and the tour ends in Oahu, the North Shore, which is, the Super Bowl surfing. It ends in Hawaii, so I've always want to, be in those events at the end of the year, even though if I'm not traveling internationally.
Winner of this leg of the competition, Australian Brent Dorrington, sponsored by rival Oakley, who, having lifted this Highland sword, walked away with the title of Lord, as well as a crack at the $50,000 prize money for the overall series winner.
If you just buy a little piece of land in Scotland, you become a lord because you're landowner. So lord means nothing else being a landowner. So everybody gets about 10 square feet of land. That makes them lords.
And these lords of the surf will undoubtedly be riding the waves again in Scotland for years to come.